trigger me.
Uh-huh.
And of course, we just had the election, and I feel like my conscience is very clear. I warned everybody about Trump, and then I warned them about what would get him reelected, which was stupid wokeness, which is what got him reelected. So I feel my conscience is very clear.
Uh-oh, Jon Cryer looks like he wants to beg to disagree. We've got a woke actor supporting the woke. I know it's shocking, but this went viral. Bill Maher on Club Random is just producing viral clip after viral clip, reaction after reaction. This will be no different. This is a wonderful, fascinating thing to break down. It's like woke on woke crime. Bill Maher, Jon Cryer, of 2.5 Men. This discussion goes off the rails. So many good parts on it. Jon Cryer, the woke actor, the woker of the woke, saying the country hates certain people, let's just say. Jon and Bill go straight heads up. Jon said, I'm glad you lost fans and viewers. Now they have time to do something else. This is an unusual Club Random. It usually doesn't get this ugly. Do not go anywhere. Bill Maher versus Jon Cryer.
Clear that I told you and I told you and I told you, and I lost fans for it. You know, lots of the super woke that like I'm not woke enough for them. Yeah, but like I think I had it right. Like that kind of stuff is what lost the election for the Democrats. It's in all.
Maybe. So why is Jon Cryer going to jump in here? Bill Maher did not diss the woker. He just said, I didn't agree with you. I was right. He didn't even go out of his way to diss them. So don't get in your feelings, Jon.
Part of it? I don't know. I think a lot.
They have polling on it.
Well, I think it's inflation. I think Americans hate inflation.
That's certainly what
they hate
part
inflation.
Of it.
They hate riots, and they hate black women.
They don't.
And they hate trans people.
Oh God, Jon, we're not
Dude,
gonna.
They just spent hundreds of millions of dollars demonizing trans people, and that's disgusting.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk politics.
Okay, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. Great. We don't have to.
No. And this, you know, I mean, I have this kind of relationship with people on the right also who like. Yeah, it's just going to take so long to even have this discussion. And I want, just like I would like to deprogram them, I feel like there's things that don't get in your bubble on the left that I would love to deprogram, but it's probably not the place to do it.
Yeah.
But if this isn't the place to do it, when is, Bill? I guess you could talk about in private, but does it sound like Bill Maher wants to talk to Jon Cryer in private about this? Jon Cryer is too woke for Bill Maher. Wow.
You know,
you can try. if that's how you want to spend your leisure hours.
No, I mean,
deprogramming Ducky. There's a spinoff. There's a spinoff. But I feel like the immigration argument gets sidetracked because people just assume that there's a lot of generalizations about immigrants that dehumanize.
So let's go. I want to take this. I'm going to play a couple more minutes. I'm going to take it to the end of it, or close to the end of it, of this interaction here. Do not miss this. Give the channel a like, comment, subscribe. Let's get back to it.
Men are untrue. You are mad that they let that many immigrants in because you think they increase crime? Because they don't. Because they increase they decrease wages. Well, no, they don't.
What?
There's a whole bunch of arguments that anti-immigration people make, and you say, okay, Democrats left them in.
I'm not an anti-immigration people.
I said wait a minute. Wait,
okay.
So you're the one saying Democrats are letting in immigrants, and they punted it. Okay, you're absolutely right. Immigration did go up during those years.
Asylum. They changed the definition of asylum, and they immediately reversed Trump's stay in Mexico or wait in Mexico or something. He had a different
chill
policy.
out in Mexico.
I mean, stay the hell in Mexico. Yes. Never come from Mexico.
Chill, man. Wait there.
And we were still, letting in, as we should. We are a nation of immigrants, and we need immigrants.
You go.
But most Americans felt, including lots of Democrats and people of color, and he won the Latino vote by half. Come on, man. Like, at a certain point, everybody was around the idea that, okay, immigration, fine, but it has to be somewhat orderly, and not anyone.
Yes, and again,
an asylum had a certain specific meaning, which went up in the air. They overcorrected.
You could be right. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I also feel like obviously, you can say Democrats took too long to address it, but then they did, and Trump, of course, killed it. So he doesn't care about that. And again, you've been outspoken. That's true too. And I appreciate that, by the way, for you, that you were being outspoken. I appreciate that you lost fans. They needed more free time. It's better that they don't watch your show.
It actually is.
I'm sorry?
It actually is, because they're just, here's how I know.
This is kind of awkward, man. I know he's joking, but this is how they get paid, man. This guy, Jon Cryer, is in his bald era. I don't even recognize him. You remember him from 2.5 Men? The awkward guy on the show. He was great on the show. But I had no idea how woke this dude was. Did you know how woke Jon Cryer was? Let's go to the part that I was telling you about. You don't want to miss this part where the fireworks continue. Jon Cryer on with Bill Maher.
Anyway, I apologize.
No, but just finishing what I was saying before about, yes, I gutted them, but only so I could get to the end where I said, I'm mad at the Democrats because the issues that are important to me, because that's always a big thing in elections. What issues are important to
Bill Maher?
To you, the voter. My issues are democracy,
yes,
and the environment. And now, because the Democrats did what I told them not to do and went to crazy town way too often, now you blew it. You blew it. You blew it.
I did not. But go ahead.
Lost everything.
Wow.
So I have no one to champion and defend my issues.
But I would say all of the wokeness that outraged you so much was Republican framing, was right-wing media framing.
Oh,
that
God.
I mean, again,
John,
yes,
that's
I
not
am
the
telling
case.
you this.
No,
I am. Yes, that is the case.
It's not framing.
That is the case.
I do this
I
do this for a living.
Okay.
I have a whole staff to vet this. I'm very suspicious of everything from the left or the right. So if you're telling me that I've been hoodwinked,
I'm not telling you've been hoodwinked.
I haven't.
I think everybody deals with framing in different ways. You can either deal with the frame and say, "No, I'm afraid you're wrong," which I've seen you do. You say you can,
correct.
Or you can say, "Wait, I don't even believe in the framing. I disagree with the whole framing of the question."
I believe in facts. I believe, for example, we're going to get into this now.
Okay,
but like America is the only country that does transgender policy the way we do now. We used to be closer to Sweden.
I'm sorry, you got to be more specific.
Kids can, what do you call gender affirmation?
Yeah, basically, kids can cut off their banana or get a banana implanted. That's what he's trying to say. I know it's rough to hear, but this is where we are. And Jon Cryer is trying to argue that that's not woke. It's what he's fighting for. He's acting like the framing is the issue. No, bruh. Your issue is the issue.
The operation.
Okay, you understand, first of all, that the biggest, the most prevalent gender affirming surgery is breast removal, tissue removal for cisgender male boys.
Okay, but we're not talking about that.
Okay, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because if people are okay with people are always saying we don't want young people making those decisions for lifelong decisions when they're still very young. I mean that seems to be what people are.
Well, that's where Europe, where all the liberal countries that we used to be aligned with on this issue a few years ago, we are not. I'm just saying, let's not even get into the details.
Honestly,
let's just get into the fact. Just start with the fact.
The details aren't pretty.
That America does this in a way nobody else does. That doesn't mean, I'm not saying it's necessarily definitely wrong, although I do think it is. But no other country does self-diagnosis by children, no age limit.
That's not what's occurring.
That is what is occurring.
It's not occurring. And by the way, the thing you're talking about is a thing called the Dutch Protocol, which obviously started in Holland.
Was that an admission that it shouldn't be happening, Jon Cryer? This is still the fallout of 2024 going into 2025. It's basically the John Fetterman versus the Jon Cryers. John Fetterman recently talked with some people on the right, Republicans, MAGA basically. He's pro the tiny hat country, so of course MAGA is going to warm up to him. But he's going to try to represent the common sense Democrat. And now you have Jon Cryer and really the others. You could do Jasmine Crockett. They're going to try to represent the wokest of the woke, and they ain't giving it up. Which one do you think is going to win? If they keep going with the woke, I'm pretty sure the Democrat Party, as we know, its existence will no longer be.
The next clip is ready below. Welcome to After Show Carnage.